Hello friends, I welcome to you in your YouTube channel Physics and You. Today I am here to discuss a new animated video related to application of physics in daily life. Let's start. So I come with this video that is related to highlight the basic application of physics or to highlight the importance of physics with a such perspective because in day to day life we are using a concept of physics but nobody is admiring that. Each and single person wants to know is there is a application or importance of physics with us or not, or why we go for a physics. Is there any relevance? So this video gives the answer related to that questions. Because when we start our physics, we start with the one very basic definition. The physics is a branch of science that deals with the nature and natural phenomena. Means whatever happen with the nature or whatever happen in the natural phenomena that is related to a physics. And when we make a such broader view of the physics, then at the time we get confused that is that physics has relevance in our daily life or not. So I am going to be highlight that things. Another thing, physics enable us to understand the basic laws and rules which are applicable to things that happening around us. So by taking a common example, I try to explain the application and importance of physics in your day-to-day life. I will try to explain uh, with a very common example, common story. I can say it as a story. I try to explain this same video with a story. Suppose you are the person you are the person and imagine I am telling a story only just related to yourself. So what happened at the time in the early in the morning? We just wake up in the early in the morning. How? We wake up early in the morning with a one alarm. When there is an alarm, we get wake up. So question is whether we are using here a concept of physics or not. Answer is yes. Whenever alarm is there, that alarm is going to produce a sound, and that sound is going to create a disturbance in the air medium, and that disturbance is propagate from a one point to our final destination are eardrums, and that eardrums are going to create a vibration between the 20,000 hertz frequency, and we feel a sensation, and we get wake up. And when we are studying if the concept of a caustic, that is only done with the help of a physics. As we get wake up, a next task related to our just iron your cloth and get dress up and move to your task. But when we are ironing our cloth, which theory we are using? We are using a thermodynamics. At the time we are transferring a heat from a hotter body iron to a cold body cloth. Whenever there is a heat transfer from a one point to another, we are or we are using a concept of a thermodynamics. So we are using that in your daily life or in our daily life. Now we get dressed up. Now we have to be moved to our school. We have to move toward our college. We have to be moved toward our office, or we have to be moved somewhere else. We have to be walk. When we are walking, we are using a concept of a force and friction. Without the knowledge of concept of force and friction, we can't even walk. We should have a knowledge of a small instant of force and friction. That's why we are able to walk. Whether you are a physics student or not, everybody is using that. So means directly, indirectly, you are using a physics at the time. Now, we reach to our destination point. Whether we reach to school, whether we reach to college, whether we reach to office or somewhere else, at the time we have to do some task. The task has to be done with the help of a pen. When we are using a pen on a paper, that means we are using a concept of a friction to write a letters on that paper. But when you see a tip of a pen, there will be a small tip, and on that tip we have a ball. And when we are writing, that ball is going to be rotate inside that pin, and refill which is filled and which move from upside to downside as we are rolling our pen on a paper or with the pen on a paper. A fluid move from one point to another point means by using a concept of gravity. That pen enable us to write on a paper. That is a concept of a physics. Next, we do our task, means we make our study in school, we complete our study in college, or we complete our task in an office. Now we have to return back to our home. Assume we are returning back on a car. So at the time we are wearing our seat belt. When we are wearing a seat belt, at the time we are using a concept of a physics, that is a inertia. Because if we are not going to use the law of inertia at that time, that means we are going to get a serious problem or injury at that time. Because assume we are moving with 100 kilometer per hour in a car, we make a sudden break. So what happen if we are not wearing our seat belt? The person will move toward the front side, and this happen in a sudden way. That person is going to strike with the steering and creating a damage on you. That means we are wearing our seat belt, but whether you have connected with the physics or not, if you have connected it with the physics, so by which force by which law you have connected, that is law of inertia. Next, that is speaker. I have choose this one because everybody is using that earphone in our daily life to listen our music or listen our valuable videos on the YouTube. So when we have connected that earphone with your cell phone or mobile phone, what happened? The signal get transferred from the wire in the form of electrical signal, and that electrical signal will reach at the end point of the circuit. That circuit enable us to convert that electrical signal into magnetic field, and that produced magnetic field further get repelled by a magnet which is present in a circuit, and that repelled signal will be produced in the form of a music. But we are using a concept, but we are using the concept of a physics. Means if you take any example of your day life, whether it is alarm, whether it is iron, whether it is a walking, whether we are using pen, whether we are using seat belt or speakers, whatever it will be, we are using a physics. Even even physics is not restricted to only few these applications. Whenever we are looking toward the sunrise or sunset, whatever we are looking in appearance, that is the physics. Who is going to explain that? That is physics. So means Everybody is using the concept and laws of the physics in their daily life. So that's why the physics is very much important for us. I try to explain the things in a very beautiful way. So hope you are able to understand that concept and you are able to understand whatever I have delivered. If you like the video, hit on the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.